Hi Peggy, it's Pete, and this is your website performance review. Here we're going to jump right into it. Here we have your home page. Got lots to talk about, but before we do that, I want to take a look at the Google Analytics, which tells a story about what is happening with your website. It's very interesting. What I've done here is I've loaded up April through April, so it's about 1 year worth of data. We have 12,000 visits that have viewed approximately 41,000 pages on the site. Average pages per visit is a little over 3. That's quite good. We shoot for 3 as a solid number, so that when a visitor lands on your website, they look at your home page and then at least 2 more pages, typically. The bounce rate is looking very good, 43%. What this means is that 43% of people that landed on your website looked at it and said, no, that's not for me. I'm going to bounce away and go look for some other website. That means that almost 60% of people that did arrive on your website liked what they saw and kept looking around. 50% is pretty average for a bounce rate, so you're doing well. Average time on site, 1 minute and 48 seconds. That's pretty good, and we have a lot of new visitors, certainly from Google search. Now, if we scroll down, we take a look at the way the traffic breaks out. We'll find that your biggest source of traffic right here in blue is search engines. You're getting almost 70% of all your traffic from Google search. This is great, and it's on target search. I think it's exactly what you're looking to do, and the challenge here is going to be to convert the visitors into potential leads or customers eventually. 17% are coming from other websites, and 13% are typing in Designer Gold directly. And that's how your traffic breaks out. Now, what I'd like to do is actually jump to the search engines. We're going to go to traffic sources here, and we're going to look at the keywords that people type into Google to find your website. I thought this was very interesting. And if you look at the top 10 keywords that people are typing in, you'll see, well, Designer Gold, great, that's probably your business name. But look at this, gold jewelry designs, gold designer jewelry, designer gold jewelry, gold jewelry catalog, gold jewelry design, designer gold jewelry, that's probably you, gold jewelry design. Now, I'm going to change this to 25 here. And the list goes on. Designer gold rings, designer gold, gold designer jewelry, gold designer. These are extraordinarily on-target searches, and what's happening here, say gold jewelry designs or gold jewelry catalog, is people that are landing from search here are looking at your site. They're spending time on your site, almost 3 pages, a little over a minute. Let's see, designer gold jewelry catalog, almost 3 pages again, a little over a minute. So you're getting traction, even though these are people who don't know who you are. They could be anywhere in the country. They are getting to your site, and they are liking what they see. And my guess is that they are interested in some form of custom gold jewelry or some sort of design. And the trick here is, what can we do to give them the next step? It's one thing right now that's missing on your site is, okay, you know, I'm looking for a design. Now I can contact you here, but there's nothing really that yells at me that says, hey, start here and do this. So this feeds right into conversion. I'm kind of jumping ahead here, but it's a natural flow. What can you do to get somebody to connect with you? And some ideas that I have, and I know your business, but I don't really know your business, so these might or might not be on target. But how about you offer them some sort of either a free consultation, or maybe you want to have them upload a sketch of a design that they're thinking about if they're so inclined. And you could even do that through Facebook. Facebook's a great place to do that, and that creates a lot of conversation. How about if you offer some sort of free consultation or schedule a call, or maybe you do a sketch. Maybe you talk to them and you provide some sort of preliminary sketch for them. And I'm not sure what your sales funnel looks like, but these are just some thoughts that we can add to the website so that when somebody's done browsing around, there's a clear call out possibly here in the sidebar that says whatever it is you say. Get a free sketch, or connect with us for consultation. Let us sketch your first draft of your jewelry, whatever it is. So I hope you see what I'm getting at. Right now you have a nice catalog. It's doing quite well as far as stickiness. People are cruising around. It's doing great in Google. You really have all the parts for that are, in other words, you're getting traffic, people liking what they see. Now the last piece and the gold nugget, pardon the pun, is what do they do next with you? So that's something probably worth talking about. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the analytics, and we're going to jump into top content. This is usually where I start, and it tells us what pages people are naturally gravitating towards, what they like, and it also tells us, and it's also important, what they don't like. So I'm going to click on top content here, and we'll scroll down a little bit. I'm actually going to bump the font size up a touch. There. And what we have here is the list of the most popular pages on your website. And they might reach these pages different ways, but the numbers are very telling. So the most popular page on your site is this little slash. It's your home page. Very typical. Most people land there. Now the second most popular area of your site is your catalog. So you can see that your neck pieces are here. Your engagement rings are up here. Your wedding rings are up here. Your other rings are up here. So really, people are gravitating right towards the catalog, and they're going in, and they're quickly scanning through. They're spending 30 seconds, 40 seconds. They're scanning through your items. Excuse me. Okay, the next place they're going to is your portfolio. So they want to see what's in your portfolio. That's the next thing. And here they spend a little more time to get on that portfolio page, and they click through the pictures. Back to the catalog, and then custom pieces. Now, the big thing I see here is that your custom pieces in your portfolio really are very similar, but your custom pieces are really your new pieces, and your portfolio is your entire portfolio. Now, what I see here in the navigation on the right here is a lot of text. Site visitors that come to a website, they don't read, they scan. And that's the secret to building a successful website. And what I see here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 text sections that I have to scan through with my eye. 9 is too many. It's difficult to scan. Now, it's good that it's broken out by catalog in this, and it's not too horrible, obviously. But if we can compress it and give people more of what they really want and take away or demote what they really are not interested in, then we're going to get a better chance at leading people to the places that they really want to go. Now, if we look at the data, we'll see that bridal is way down in terms of popularity. It is, if I can remember, here, number 21, 151 people in the last year. This is a section you might as well get rid of altogether. In my opinion, if you click on portfolio, it really does bring up the bridal pieces anyway, so this is just confusing to have the bridal subsection here. On a similar note, what's new, this is, by the way, this is great information. These classes here, this ring, people are spending time here. This page here, the ring's not just for women, average of 1.5 minutes on this page. If I find it, I will show you. Let's just do a quick filter. And it is here. Rings not for women. Okay. Now, it's only 56 people that have come there, but look, they're reading it. 1.5 minutes. That's terrific. That means they're those 56 people are extraordinarily interested in those rings. All right, let's go back to top content. And okay. So what I would do here, what I recommend is what's new is not compelling either. Let's find it for you. What's new is down in the whoops, let me bring up the whole come on. We're still on rings. Alright, let me actually just switch the section and then go back. There we go. Okay. Now what's new is what you have it in a very prominent spot in the sidebar. And here it's number 9. So even though it's what's new, it's what's the latest, what's the greatest, it's only ranking at number 9. And yet the information that's in there people like. They are gravitating to this kind of information. I did look at this. This one has a very similar minute and a half or so reading time for this page. So this is your news flow. Now what I would do is what's new doesn't really tell me that it's what exactly it is. I don't know if it's a new item or news. I'm not 100% clear on what it is. But what I would do is feed, let's say, the last 2 or 3 news titles right underneath the photo here on your home page, and that'll make the home page a little more dynamic as well. And we'll talk about the home page last. Make this pop a little bit more. So that would also clean up the navigation. So move the so both the custom rings would show up underneath this. You can click the link then and click to the page. Okay, that leaves us with custom pieces in portfolio, and then the catalog and the navigation. And what I would do is I might change the language to new custom pieces, because that's really what it is. It's what are the latest custom pieces. I know these are difficult to write up. It takes time to sit down and produce content like this, but people really do like it. And then portfolio, I think, is good as it stands, and you'll end up with really slimming down the navigation here, and you're going to be calling attention to your new custom pieces and your portfolio 1 and 2, and then your catalog with the rest of your jewelry items. Okay, so that's one other note. Right now, the custom pieces and the portfolio items they don't knit together. We have if I click on portfolio, I don't find this ring in portfolio, and so I think what we need to do, or what I would recommend we do for you, is set a feature image in each post, so that when you write this post here, what you can do is you can set this image as a feature image, and it will automatically show up in the portfolio, so people can click on it. So that's one thing that we can do to integrate the two. So regardless of where people go, if they're going to portfolio, they will see everything, including the new stuff. If they go to custom pieces or new custom pieces, they will see the new custom pieces. Okay. So that's that. All right. If I go into the catalog, let's just pick on a couple things here, and I'm cruising through here. I would do a couple of minor things. One, rather than making people scroll, this is hard to see. Those arrows are I understand they're there, but it creates a little bit of extra work to see. We tend not to browse that way. We tend to want to scan with our eyes and then quickly click on something and go from there. This takes a little too much effort. So what I would do is I would lose the arrows and just feed all the thumbnails down the page, and people can scroll down a little quicker and click on them. The other thing I would do is I would also consider, you might want to consider larger photos as well here, but what I would do is, you have the gem treatment information here on every ring. Why not have a call to action as well? So if I'm looking at this lily ring and I'm thinking, boy, that is just that's fabulous. I'm tempted. Maybe I want some more information. Why not have a link that says get more information on this ring, and then click, and then when someone clicks that, they end up on your contact page, and then they can either call you or fill out the form and go from there. But what I would do, and it's very simple, is on every single item have a little call out that says find out more about this piece of jewelry, or something like that would get people to maybe connect with you a little bit more. Okay. Now, I'm just reviewing my notes here that I have. Okay, contact. Very interesting thing about the data here is your contact page is number 11. I think it's a little low. Part of the reason that I think it's low is that it's hard to find. Even though it's here next to your information, and it's great that you have everything condensed here, I think what we need to do is visually make this pop a little bit. And maybe all it might take is just put a background color on contact so that it pops. And the contact page is certainly a very, very important page for any business. Okay. Let's see. I think I've covered most of the important stuff here. All right, let's talk about your home page. This is your custom design. This is sorry, I almost forgot that. Right now, I look at custom design. I think, well, am I going to get rings? I'm not sure what I'm going to get here. And what's really behind this click is how you work. You know, who you are and how you work. So I might simply just change this to how we craft jewelry, or how we craft, or something like that, that tells me that this is gonna tell me what the process is, and it's a very interesting process. So that's what I would do there. All right, back to the home page. Now I'm going to bring out a little drawing tool here called Markup, and it's going to load up here, and I'm going to just draw a little bit. So what we have here in the sidebar is we're going to end up with really 3 main navigation items, plus this here, of course. What I would do is I would take this photo and I would put it in the center. Rather than having text line up with text, I would have text here, I would have the photo in the middle, and then the text here, and that will break up the text. I would also make the photo bigger. And I might rotate the images, put a slideshow in here. Underneath this photo, we have the news. So let's say we feed the titles from the last 3 news items, maybe 2 or 3. And then we have the introductory text here on the sidebar. Now it's proven that we read from left to right, and it's easier for people to scan when they can jump right in on the left-hand side and start reading text. So that visually, I think it's very simple. It would help the page pop a little stronger. Here's the Welcome to Designer Gold text. Here's a bigger rotating, we call them, or you can call them slideshow of your custom work, and we can set it up so that, let's say, those featured images that you choose in the post, those are the images that slide through. we can do the last 5 or 10 of them if you like. Here's the news, 1, 2, 3 last news stories, and then we have new custom designs, portfolio, and catalog, and then the subpages of the catalog here. And that would go a long way to making the site work harder. And then in the beginning we talked about the call to action. What are we going to get people to do? How are we going to get them to connect with you for a custom design? And that call out's going to go somewhere. Don't know where, but you know, maybe it'll end up in the sidebar underneath the main navigation. So think about that. And if you want to talk about this, absolutely be thrilled to do so. And I hope that helped.